Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you. We will now start with our first speaker of the day, of the morning session, architect Russell Dundinea. Russell Dundinea studied at the Department of Architecture in the University of Moratuwa, where he completed a BSc in Built Environment in 1997 and an MSc in Architecture in 2001, postgraduate project management in 2012. He set up his own architectural practice, RDC Architects, in 2008, a small experimental and studio-based office. Believing in a mode of practice that cleverly fuses the client's pragmatic requirements with the architect's inner belief, Russell searches for an architecture that is minimal in resource use, sustainable in environmental response, and conscientious in dealing with the local climate, people, and place. Among the awards he has won, the Best Personalized House of the Year 2008, the Young Architect of the Year 2009, and Merit Award in 2018 for the Best Office Building in Sri Lanka for JIFFY Products SL Building in Mirigama, all of which were awarded by the Sri Lanka Institute of Architects, SLIA. Best CSR Project 2008 and Best Sustainability Project 2018, awarded by the Japan Sri Lanka Technical and Cultural Association. American Institute of Architects AIA awarded its highest award category of AIA Honor Award for Open International Architecture 2019, first time to a Sri Lankan architect, and the Jury Special Award AIA Sustainable Future Award for Architecture 2019 for JIFFY Products SL Office Building at Mirigama. Russell's motto is believe in you and the truth, explore, learn, and teach. Ladies and gentlemen, architect Russell Dundinea.
Thank you for the kind word. Thank you for inviting me for this presentation. I have to thank Architect Arif Chengasi, President of IAP and the Council, as well as Architect Ramesh Beg and Architect Bisma Askari and Architect Sefa Harun throughout the last couple of weeks contacting me. I have been here today now. And this is my second time of Pakistan, wonderful country. And I have been Islamabad, Lahore, and Karachi last time, extensively traveled. Amazing people. Thank you for once again inviting the presentation. This is Pakistan. Beautiful country, culture, nature, people, indigenous built environment, match perfectly. Beautiful country. Nature made everything perfect in balance. This is Sri Lanka, where I am from. Before going to my presentation, I thought that I should share where we are practicing. We born in Sri Lanka, now we become architects. We are dealing with so sensitive nature. I think you all might know that Sri Lanka became #1 tourist destination of the last year. Please enjoy the environment, then we can understand how and where we are practice. So sensitive nature is there. Enjoy it. Lush green paddy fields, water bodies, estuaries, blue oceans, crystal clear water. We are island nation. Mountains, flora and fauna, wildlife, birds, perfectly harmonized ecology. This is so sensitive where we born and now we become the architects and we are practicing and we are dealing with so sensitive environment. I thought as architects, little bit sensitive on our nature and environment because we are responsible on what we are doing as change to this world. So we deeply impressed with the designer of the universe. I confident it when we are doing a job, we should, as much as possible, we have to reach to the nature. The constant fight between us and nature to overwhelm it, to possess it. Nature and built environment. Over the years, we have to sustain civilizations. As architects, we are responsible, and our motto and our task is to design built environment. Nature is one side, so sensitive and unique. So where are we? Where's the mid path? I think we have to oscillate the mid path between nature and man-made by strong narrative. Today I am going to discuss on what could be the strong justification or narrative. Designing is our expert area, and narratives are the stories we are creating to justify our design. Sometimes architects are very good at storytelling. Architects are from Venus. Clients are from Mars. We are good storytellers trying to justify our stories. Sometimes we are creating story which we are leading to a design. Sometimes we are doing a design and creating a story to justify it. Clients are from Mars. They are like little bit of masculine guys. You should do this, you should do that. Architects are a little bit feminine. Yes, we are creating stories to justify our things. We are from two different planets like men and women. We can't understand the communication, what we are saying. But echo of what we are saying as stories, still saying hello, 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 hello. Architects echo. Architects are not good at maths, but hello means cost for the clients. Whatever the language, we are trying our best to tell stories to the clients, they can still understand at the cost. That is why when we are oscillating from the nature to the built, that strong equation and the term of cost will be a very strong justification. That is the most effective narrative for me. When it is product, if we can do it least cost without compromising the quality, that will become a good product. These are some attempts we tried out, the beautiful Sri Lanka. I will share few of them. So how we try to oscillate between nature and the man-made to justify very simple term of cost. Three key examples. One is Eco House, Madinnagoda, made out of entirely recyclable materials, dilapidated materials from junkyards. Then Olympic Tire House, again adaptive reuse. We did it made out of used shipping containers. Jiffy Building, Mirigama, again it's a totally different concept. We justify and reduce the cost, proposing to the client, buildable as opposed to where unbuildable. I will start with the Eco House at Madinnagoda. This is the site, 20 minutes away from Colombo. You can see from the sky what man made to the nature. My client is a little bit lucky. He facing in front of in the unique land. Still, people has to do something. he's a rich person, then a rich person can understand the cost very well than the others. So we started with the story that you better put up a very, very small house for your first 10 years. It's at time construction. 1-bedroom house for a rich person. That is very difficult to convince. But when we talked to him with the cost, it was very simple and very easy to convince. The tendency and the trend of Sri Lankans to sell out ancient houses to junkyard at a cheaper cost, we can find doors, windows, and various other elements. These things used for 130 years. Now, we went to the site, junkyard, and we collected X number of doors, Y number of windows, 1 staircase, and well-seasoned 100-year-old timber as a collection before going to the drawing board. Then we suggested that client, look, we will do you a very, very low-cost house. Then 1-bedroom house and low cost. It is just $20,000 we spent over that. 12 years ago, we managed to convince the client, rich client, for this simple building. Narratives are very simple. We had sun-baked earth block wall at the back, and we incorporated in RCC structure. An entire balance area will full and fix up all the materials we found from junkyards. All the windows, columns, and everything we use for some time. So we try to preserve nature by reusing entire structural elements and materials except the columns here. This is my client. I think about 12 years ago, he had 3 kids. Then I asked him, till 10 years, you can live in this house happily. They had only 1 master bedroom. Attic floor, you can see where the kids with the collapsible ladder. But time passed. After exactly 8-9 years time, my client's wife called me. This is the narrative. Hey, Russell, you did a wonderful house to us, but we are having a problem. Now our kids are grown up. Where's the place for sex? Wow, that is a big problem. Then I said, that's why we suggested you to have it in 2 phases. I will show it to this is the first phase. On top, only the 1-bedroom, veranda, over the lake, living, and a kitchen. Very simple building in the phase 1. Then, when the kid grown up, 8 years ago, they had the right-hand corner, left-hand corner, the phase 2 construction. That is this is how we proposed and expanded their house. I have to say that now 2 daughters can share upper bedroom, where the son is using the other upper bedroom, where parents are on the ground floor now. And when the kids grow, they can go for studies, then all couple can earn lake villa as a rentable property. This is the bed space and the attic I referred earlier. This is how we used nature, how we incorporate nature into the building, very robust building. Cut cement floors, 100-year-old fan, egret, lamp fittings. These corners created not with the design. It is obviously came up when we tried out to hide the columns inserting. Now these places, they are using as a storage places. And we can see inverted cano as a built-in seat, all recyclable material, used for long time, brick again, sun-baked earth bricks. This is how we responded to the nature. It is completely open structure and the part of nature. And thresholds we created and linked with the lush green. This was published in international magazines, Domus magazine in Italy, as a zero energy building, which creates by RDC architects. I think during the time this is growing, that kids, friends are coming, they are having birthday parties and a lot of activities happening here. This is beyond the house. They are really using it for communal gathering as well. Actually, this is the landscape. We try to respond to nature. This is a boundaryless property in a highly urbanized area because two sides it is suburb with the water body. And we extended our landscape towards the water body and some people making earning out of that. And a lot of animals and coming in, you can see the monkeys on hanging bench. And this is basically a part of the nature and zero energy building. Just for 20,000 US dollar, we did completely created the house oscillating and justifying the cost as a key term. Then I will move to the Olympic Thai House, Bambalapitiya. This is the highly urbanized area in the heart of Colombo. This site is very, very expensive. Then when the client comes, we started telling stories, right? This land is very valuable and why not you are putting up a 10-story housing scheme and ground floor you can easily put up a tire shop and payback period is just 4 years and various other beautiful stories. But could client understood? No. Client can understand only the cost and the time. He just wanted, he became with a project where he should complete it in 6 months ago. He was so rushed. By the time we thought we should not talk and justify, then we use the narratives, justifying the cost. This is done 6 years ago. That container using the shipping containers was the novel idea by the time. And all scrap metal we used. And we suggested the client very simple building. This is our presentation to the client. It's a design period just 2 months. We got little fees, but construction again 2 months. But our idea and justification was very successful. We created containers. We used the containers and we bring here. You can see how we came up with the context, how we generated it to the context. We responded and we took the same profile of the next building. And we took the entrance, not from the main road, the other road, to protect one single tree. You can see how much pressure on that only tree of that area, Bambalapitiya, very, very busy road. Then in Sri Lanka law, it was prohibited people to invite to the shops. Our Michelin man is all the time inviting. And our open single pitch roof is again invitable character. You have to believe they have covered up entire construction cost within 3 months by selling alloy wheels and tires. The entire containers we made out the outside and we bring here, stack on the other, and we put a roof only, and this is made out of scrap metal except the roofing sheets. Then I will move to the Jiffy Products building, where buildable versus unbuildable. This site again locate little bit far from Colombo. You can see from the sky what man made to the green environment where our site locates. It's an industrial zone, Mirigama. Then this client is again an interesting guy. He's again from Switzerland. He's Frank Schaffner. He invited me for a meeting. Then I met him. Then he asked a personal question, which school are you from? Then I said, I can't understand because it is a little bit of personal, not related to the project. Then I was amazed at him. Then he said, hey, Russell, did you attend to government school or a private school? Then I said, I am studied in government school, university also government university. Then he said, yes, I am also from government study. Don't try to screw me up. Don't try to screw me up. Then I said, wow, that is something different. Then I asked, I have limited budget, right? I am a white man, but I have limited budget. You have to work accordingly. You have given us, you have to design a very cost-effective building, office building. That is the narrative. We can say whatever the stories, but client could understand only the cost and the time. So this is the site we were given. Red spot was the site. He had his master plan, 6-story office building. When we were at the site, left-hand corner, factory building was there. They are basically in plant propagation and growing media exporter. Their overseas clients and buyers are coming here. They want a state-of-art factory. Then we suggested, we started again this narratives and stories. That we propose a master plan, and we said your proposal in the central building as the office is wasting the space. Why not we are saving land? Land is very valuable. Then we suggested him to place that building at the edge of the site. That edge of the site was 30 feet steep slope where no building could be possible. Then we suggested you better have long and linear building along that. That was understood because that is low cost as well as saving a land. That is the most convincing part. This is the first sketch I have done and show it to be. We both met our mind. He is from government school. I am also from government school and low cost. This is our idea. This is my first presentation to him. We used only the foundation structure. Rest of everything we designed by scrap metal. We sized it according to the market available sizes, all the aluminium, glass and everything. Even we took toilet sizes as per the tile sizes, no cutting, no wasting. And we suggested, wow, this was done 3 years ago. And we proposed him $535,000 US. He was very happy because low cost as well as we save his land for future development. It was just 3 months for design, but we got good money. Construction, it was 6 months. This is the building from outside. We didn't axe down single tree along the steep slope. It is a totally a transparent linear building, see-through one. This is the view from the factory site where we preserve this, the forecourt where he proposed to put up the building. We built that where unbuildable. This is how we kept Fairface finishes, RCC concrete finishes and steel as it was. And this is the site. On the right-hand side, it is the existing vegetation we kept. We didn't axe down a single tree. It was green side, and left-hand side, their factory. Upper level, we placed officers, and middle level, we placed conference room and meeting room, where extendable. If any more meetings, more people comes, they can connect these meeting rooms. Then you can see your factory from the office as well as the conference room. Actually, that left-hand side, it was an amazing place. We kept the steep slope as it was, and still it is there with the greenery. When people walking along the corridors to the office, they are relaxing and they are making mind for good office. Then they are coming out, they can do a lot of discussion along the corridor. And they are basically, that client said the efficiency of the office staff increased by 160% after they come into this building. They are more relaxed in natural ventilation. This is actually that undulation and green site setting. We used the undulation elevation. We didn't touch any earth. We didn't do any earth moving. It was the same vegetation. We didn't touch any tree here. This building specifically, except the foundation, they can remove entire structure and they can bring it somewhere. That was the idea. Made out of completely scrap metal, only concrete, and part of foundation will be remain for little more time. Actually, that car park, it is an amazing place where lower level, that people are using it for assemblies, factory meetings. The top management is coming down from the topmost floor to that lower level, and they are having their discussions and various other New Year felicitation festivals, and fire assemblies also they are using at the ground floor. Then we were awarded and recognized by our own institute as well as the American Institute of Architects. They're really impressed of our attempt, and they award jury special award. This is the highest award they award for that particular architecture, Sustainable Future Award for this particular project. That is the pride for us. Even we try our best to do something that will be recognized by the world a little bit. This is the building from the dawn to dusk, how dramatically and magically blend with the landscape with lighting effects. Highly industrial zone, producing architecture at a cost and low cost and sustainable manner is what was the challenge here. We are trying our best to formulate different concepts to find alternatives and narratives to justify our designs. But if we can build less, build optimum, we can enjoy more, we can save a lot. We have to find alternatives. Nature-made, man-made, we are oscillating in between beautiful Pakistan, urban Pakistan, beautiful Sri Lanka, Colombo is today. Where's the mid path? How we are oscillating? That we have to oscillate from nature and man-made. The convincing keyword is the cost. That is the easiest and quick and narrative word to justify one client. This is the funniest ad I ever seen, but the right hand, design responsibly, is more serious. If we drink too much, that will sort it out the following day or day after. But if we do wrong design, that will for long time. Therefore, if we think we can't make the world better, I think we should make sure not to make worse. Thank you.